Hey, this is Nir Bashan, author of The Creator Mindset, a McGraw-Hill release. I'm very excited to be here with a fellow McGraw-Hill author, Melinda Briana Epler. She published a really, really great book. It's called How to Be an Ally, Actions You Can Take for a Stronger and Happier Workplace. Actions, right? This isn't theory. This is stuff you can do today. I love it. Melinda, welcome to McGraw-Hill's Coffee Break.
Oh, thank you. I'm glad to be here.
Cool. Thanks. Let's get started, and very, very excited. Okay, why this book and why now?
A lot of people don't know what allyship is, so I want to say just at the forefront that allyship is, at its core, empathy in action. So it's really seeing the person in front of us, learning about their unique experiences, and supporting them. So I will say that several years ago, I was an executive at an engineering firm in a workplace that was not inclusive, where I was regularly interrupted, belittled, harassed, made to feel like I didn't belong. And as the only woman on that leadership team, I could have used an ally. I didn't have one. And that experience really propelled me to work to ensure that other people didn't experience what I did. So I left my job as an executive to improve diversity, equity, and inclusion in the tech industry. I've been doing that for several years, and I've come to realize that it's not enough for the HR folks and the diversity, equity, and inclusion folks to drive diversity, equity, and inclusion, because it really, all of us are workplace cultures. And so it's really on all of us to do the work to create change and shift that culture. And there's so many people in this moment right now really looking for what to do, how to be a better ally. And so I wrote the book to really walk people through 7 steps to be a better ally.
I love it. Some people would say, oh, Melinda, you can't teach somebody how to be an ally. You can't teach that. But can you? Well,
definitely. I mean, I do a lot of work with leadership teams and management teams on how to really build empathy. Empathy is a skill. Actually, not everybody is born with that skill, and so walking through how to be more empathetic is really, really important. And really talking through that and starting to build that empathy muscle. And then, yes, certainly, there's allyship is not something that immediately when people hear it, they don't know, that's what I need to do, right? So it's really important to learn different ways that you can be an ally. And then some of those ways are more difficult than others. So, for example, learning about biases, learning about microaggressions, those are things that you can't really learn without having a resource to do so. And then interrupting those is again something that is important to learn how to do that effectively. And otherwise, so many people kind of get stuck in not doing something or saying something when harm is being done. And so it's really important to share those learnings and those best practices for how to do that most effectively.
I love it. Is there a way that you can kind of monitor yourself at work? You're thinking, gosh, I don't want to, do this or do that. How do you do that? How do you make that happen?
Yeah, part of it is learning, again, about biases, about microaggressions. And once you learn, you can start to notice that they might be coming out, and you can stop it before it comes out in your words or your actions. You can also, as managers, as leaders, and even when you're just running a meeting, there are processes that you can put into place to reduce the biases, to reduce the possibility of microaggressions in that moment. And the third thing I would say is that when your whole team is working on biases and working on microaggressions, really learning about them, then you have an opportunity to call each other in when those come up. And you really learn together. You develop that psychologically safe space to do so. And that you can put together some processes in your work to reduce biases in your hiring, in your how you conduct meetings, lots of how you develop products. All of these you can infuse processes in them to reduce and mitigate biases and microaggressions as well.
I love it. This sounds like an action book. I love
it
books
where indeed.
Yeah, where you read it, you circle something, you're like, let's go do it. So yes. I love it. Very excited. Last question, and this is a issue near and dear to my heart about creativity. How did this book help people? How did your platform and your thoughts and your leadership, how did it help people become creative?
Yeah, people are more creative when they're in a psychologically safe environment, when they feel like they belong, when they're happier. And our research at Change Catalyst shows that these are some of the many positive outcomes from having good allies in the workplace. So we're happier, we're more productive, we're more innovative when we have at least one ally in our workplace. And when you have a diverse team of people who are really thriving in that workplace, their unique experiences, unique perspectives are really driving creative solutions. And that's why I do this work, honestly. I believe that allyship really has the power to transform the world. By becoming good allies, we build empathy for each other, we improve fairness and justice, and we create innovative solutions. We have some really big problems in this world that I believe can be solved by diverse teams working together to create change.
Love it, Melinda. It's amazing and so refreshing to hear somebody talking about how empathy can be such a fundamental building block of a business. It's so cool. Thank you so much for being on. The book, again, is called How to Be an Ally. Again, it's how, not why, not maybe I should. It is literally how to be an ally, actions you can take for a stronger, happier workplace. Thank you so very much for being on the show.
Absolutely. My pleasure.